Hi guys.
Hello.
Hi.
We are sitting here with Rainbow and Chibi from the Birthday Massacre. Hello again.
Hello again.
How's the weather treating you?
It's good.
It's cold.
It is coldy.
It's coldy.
It's coldy.
It's coldy. So are you guys just gluttons for punishment? Because you seem to be in the Midwest on every tour in the winter.
Yeah, we like that.
The problem is that we don't have our winter gear with us. If we had our Canadian parkas.
Usually we have our onesies, snowsuits, and whatnot, but we usually forget them.
The snow pants.
The snow pants.
Really hot on stage
with the little flap in the back.
Yeah.
Those snow pants.
Makes it hard to do the rock ballet in the snowsuits.
In the onesie.
In the onesies.
In the onesies.
So I'm just going to jump right into it, and let's talk about imaginary monsters.
Okay.
Now, on the Looking Glass EP, we had remixes, and then we had new tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And the remixes and the new tracks kind of intermixed with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But the entire EP blended together, I mean, quite seamlessly.
Mm-hmm.
And now in Imaginary Monsters, we have our 3 new tracks right at the beginning, and then we jump into the remixes. Tell us about recording and putting that album together.
Well, in terms of the order of the songs, that's something we usually just feel out after we have all the tracks. And it just so happened that it worked out better that the new tracks kind of flowed into each other, and then they flowed out nicely, I thought, into Kevy's remix that he did with Dave Ogilvy. And then we just sort of, whatever fit with one another. That's how we did that. The recording process. We
had the 3 original songs that are on the EP were sort of songs that we didn't get to complete during the Pins and Needles writing process. And so I was really glad when we went back and just flushed out the remaining songs.
Except for Burn Away was one that was started, Mike started that after we finished touring last November. He started that track, and the other 2 songs were ones that were, I think Forever was one of the ones that we didn't get to complete, and Left Behind was instrumental initially. And then we just ended up fleshing it out, and it ended up turning into a nice little ditty.
Nice little ditty.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So the 3 new tracks, in and of themselves, they tell a very happy, sad story.
Mm-hmm.
When they were originally birthed in your minds, were they thought of as being like the 3 parts to a whole story, or were they more individual pieces that would have just fit into the larger landscape of a full-length album, I guess?
I think lyrically, they came together in and around the same time. Musically, they spanned a greater amount of time in terms of the instrumental writing. But I think lyrically, because they were done, usually we do lyrics last, and Chibi and I usually work on those together, and they were all done in and around the same time when we were completing Imaginary Monsters. So I think it wasn't a conscious effort, but it ended up just sort of coming together that way. Maybe just subconsciously we were sort of just in the same mindset, and
doing the lyrics.
One thing led to another, and it happened that way. But it wasn't really a conscious decision to have like a full, story or anything like that. Each song definitely has its own vibe, but the themes that run throughout are consistent, I guess.
Now, and with the remixes, was it more of shopping the songs out to many different people and then getting the product back from them, or were you like, I have to have Tim Skold and Dave has to do a remix, and this is what it has to be, and this is the one that you're going to do?
We approached people that we were interested in working with to do them, and everybody was
pretty cool with it. But I think we just got lucky. We had a handful of people that we wanted to have remix our stuff. They had the time and wanted to, put the energy into it, and luckily they all came through. So it was really cool for us. That actually wasn't a problem at all. It was a really cool thing, and we were really excited to have all the people that ended up doing the remixes on the CD. It was really cool.
For sure, with remixes, approaching people to do them, it can be. Depending on what the band is doing, right? If there's a band that's on tour, they're not going to have time to do a remix. So everything did work out with everybody.
Yeah.
So do we have a full-length album in the works?
In the works. Yeah. That was the plan. I think when we're finished this tour, we're going to go home and finish writing and recording the next record. We might, I'm not sure, we might end up doing some touring in March April.
We're talking about doing that. So that'll put sort of the writing process on pause again, because it's, as we've said to you before, it's really hard to tour and write at the same time. It's not something we're able.
No, we're not good at multitasking.
No, we're really not.
No, it's definitely two different headspaces for us.
Yeah.
So, I think it'll either be in the fall or maybe early winter.
That's what we're shooting for. We sort of have a schedule.
Depending on whether we tour.
Yeah.
So, Chibi, on your downtime, what was it, a year ago you'd worked with Kilhannah?
Oh, gosh.
Was it?
I think it was longer than that.
A couple years ago?
It was over a year ago.
Okay, and then more recently you worked with The Dreaming.
Yes.
Both tracks which are amazing, and I love Mouth to Mouth with Kilhannah.
It's
but
a good one.
Whole with The Dreaming is just amazing. And I talked to Chris about the recording process, and I guess in my mindset, I think of when you guys get together, you're all in the same room, everybody's doing their thing, and you were in a different country.
Yeah, he was in Los Angeles. I think he lives in Altadena, and I was in Toronto. So there's no sort of the two people in the recording booths with the headsets on. That's not at all what it was. I recorded and send it to him what do you think, and then gets feedback. It was all. It's a global community now, so we can do these things.
Yeah, I think it's the way a lot of artists work, and I think that fact enables a lot of people to work together that wouldn't necessarily have been able to do that beforehand.
I'm so happy. I mean, we're good friends with Chris, and I love The Dreaming, and I've always liked the stuff that Chris has done, so I was just so excited to be part of it.
So, Rainbow, do we have any prospective guests that may be on the next album? Anybody that you guys would like to work with?
I'm not sure. I don't think it's too early right now to, when the songs are fleshed out, maybe there might be something that we think, maybe this person would be great for this particular song. But right now, we definitely start doing things very internally, and we don't usually reach outside of the band until something, we have something to show. Exactly. Something worthwhile to show, or something, really triggers or puts someone else in mind. But, no one comes to mind. Not yet. No. We're just excited to work on our stuff just amongst ourselves for now.
And there's a rumor buzzing around, and I guess we can edit this out if they don't want to talk about it, that we might possibly have another live album in the works.
Yeah, we might. It's always a possibility.
That's something that we've talked about doing.
Yeah, I think more so, if anything, I'd probably want to do, a DVD or a whole live performance as opposed to just a live album. But again, that takes a lot more, coordination and time and effort, and we haven't started putting it together. But it would be great to put a show together with that in mind. The last DVD was great, but it was definitely more of a candid live DVD that we just got lucky that it was recorded. It would be cool to do something where we were a little more, just a little more premeditated.
Yeah.
And have a little more fun with it,
So to elaborate on that, it wouldn't, when I say live album, and then you reference it, you're talking about recording just one specific show, as opposed to picking and choosing tracks from throughout a tour and which sounds the best.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys ready for the shotgun questions?
Yes.
What do you want written on your tombstone?
I don't know. Wow. Why did you shrivel away?
I was looking at you to take the...
All right. What do I want on my tombstone?
See, this is supposed to be shotgun, right?
I know.
Bam.
First thing that came to my mind was, there he is.
And there he is.
But I didn't want to say that, but now I did, so that's my answer.
I don't know. Just
the shotgun, you just keep...
She was nice.
There you go.
She saved the world
a
lot.
She was nice, and there he is.
Have you ever collected stickers off of fruits?
Yes. Oh, the Chiquita banana.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
I'd put them on my forehead, and then from the forehead into the sticker book.
Yeah, I had a huge sticker book when I was a kid. I was more into the scratch and sniff, obviously.
Oh, of course. Look, yeah.
But, yeah, no, I
like the puffy ones and the googly-eyed. I had a googly-eyed pickle. Big fan of that one. Still have it.
Yeah. They still smell today. A little different, but they still smell.
What was the last furry thing you touched?
The last furry thing I touched? Probably your hair when I was helping.
Yeah.
His hair.
Yeah.
And what was the last furry thing you touched?
Probably your hat.
Yeah. Yep.
So when you woke up in Omaha this afternoon, because I'm sure you guys slept in.
Yeah,
right?
I like how you said this afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you looked in the mirror, what was the first thing you thought?
Yeah, mine was a little more quiet. It was more of a... that would be mine.
I studied the layers in my hair. Actually, my hair was bad.
Combined with, again...
That's why I'm wearing my
there he
hat
is.
now, actually, because my hair was...
Same thing that would be written on my tombstone.
There he is.
There he is.
What's your favorite cheese?
Oh, I'm in a big provolone kick right now. And I like the string cheese too, the mozzarella string cheese. It's a little more inexpensive here in the States than it is in Canada, so whenever we come here I get a big bag of string cheese. But provolone all the way for me.
These questions are awesome.
What's your favorite cheese?
I'm going to go for like Monterey Jack.
Very nice, like a pepper, like a spice.
Like a spiced cheese.
Like a spiced fromage.
Ouais.
Ouais.
Do you have a secret talent?
Secret talent. I like to share my talent.
If I have any kind of talent at anything, I just really try and just show everybody as much as I can.
I'm a good whistler. I whistle, right? You were just saying.
I'd say she whistles a lot.
I'm a good whistler.
I wouldn't, I don't know. I don't have many people to reference you with.
Maybe that's not a secret talent.
Have either of you ever been arrested?
No.
No.
Luckily, you had to think about
not.
that.
No, I haven't been arrested.
Our drummer's been arrested.
That's true.
Maybe we shouldn't.
We'll leave that just hanging in the air.
Okay.
Totally.
He was arrested.
He's totally arrested.
It was all a big misunderstanding, of course.
Oh, it always is.
We just want him to...
He was arrested outside the White House.
Yeah.
The plot thickens.
Totally.
For driving a van. We were in the van. You're not allowed to drive a van within a certain block radius of the White House, which we didn't know because
we were ridiculous. We drive a white windowless van.
Yeah, and we're all in the van, and he gets pulled out.
And we're in a rush too, so we're just hurtling towards the White House. And once you get in that certain
we
perimeter,
didn't know.
We didn't know.
And he didn't know. It wasn't like he was going crazy. It was just you're not allowed to do that. You're under arrest. And we had a gig that night, and it was very stressful. It was a few years.
We got him back in time.
We got him back.
That was cool.
Yeah.
If you were the opposite sex for one day,
oh man,
what would you look like, and what would you do?
I would have a beard, I think. I would go for it. I've always maintained if I was a dude, I would try out like a beard, like a substantial caveman beard. That's something I would want to experience.
I don't know. I mean, I'd want to be hot, but then I wouldn't want to have guys hitting on me all day. That would be super annoying. So I don't know what this is a hard question for me.
Can I tell you what I think you would look like if you were a girl?
Let's switch the question up to that.
I think you'd be an attractive girl.
Wait a minute.
With a good fashion sense.
Wait a minute.
Experimental haircuts. Lots of makeup.
Awesome. Next.
If your life was a sitcom, who would your sitcom parents be?
Oh, Roseanne and Dan from Roseanne. I love the show. I love them. I love that family. I like the sense of humor. I'd like to think I could fit in well in that family, in the Connor family.
So, did you have a Connor-esque family?
Kind of, yeah.
Up?
My dad was always kind of joking around. My mom was always, rah! And it was a very, but that, like, ah, but like in a good-natured, funny way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Frig, I don't know, man. My parents are like...
Mr. Belvedere?
I was thinking that, but no, not Mr. Belvedere. Or the Huxtables?
Huxtables?
Maybe.
But why?
Just because I think that they're just, they just have their shit together. Solid. Folks are pretty solid, like the Huxtables.
Somebody has to be in this motley crew.
Yeah.
It's true. He's clearly the most together of us all.
Yeah. I know what I'm doing.
And are you ready for this one? Because this is a brain stumper. Why does Donald Duck wear a towel when he comes out of the shower when he usually doesn't wear pants?
Because when the feathers get wet, I would think they might cling a little bit more.
Totally.
Don't you think? I mean, when your feathers are fluffed up, your privates would be covered, but when it's all slicked.
You notice how quick she answered that? Like she's thought about that a lot.
I have thought about it because I never understood why Mickey wore pants and Donald wore a shirt, and it was like, but I mean, I guess because Mickey doesn't really have feathers to cover.
It's also just water absorption. It's just cold. If he's wet and the wind, it's windy or air circulation, it's a little colder. Just
and
to kind of
just drying the feathers.
Mop it up, just mopping up the feathers.
Drying up the feathers.
No biggie.
And to completely come full circle, you're on tour with the Deer and Grey right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And tomorrow's actually your last show.
It is.
So how has the experience with with Deer and Gray, Ben, and then not just with Deer and Gray, but I think that this tour has kind of opened up the doors to new fans.
You can start. You can kick it off.
God, it sounds like we have nothing to say.
No, it's awesome.
Deer and Gray's fans are really cool. They're really creative people, and we've been really well received at the shows, as well as having a lot of our own fans there. So it's been a really positive tour.
Yeah.
Their English isn't the best, so there's no real like high five and like hanging out. But
Di comes out quite a bit. They're a guitar player, stage left guitar player. They're all really nice guys. Like we had a little meet and greet with them and whatever, and the shows have been awesome.
And it's just a positive vibe around this tour, big time.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it's definitely like a team effort. Both bands feed well off each other.
For sure.
What else can you say? It's one of those things where when things are going really well, it's not like we have nothing to say, but it's just
there's nothing
great
to complain about.
Yeah.
Like
which is
what
we love complaining, and so when it goes well, we
have
got
nothing
to say.
We're like, everything's good this time.
Yeah.
Weird.
We can't make fun of anything. Can't complain. No, it's awesome though.
Yeah, it is. It's been a really good tour.
So and finally, when we have all these new people, and I mean even tonight we're going to have people that have never seen you guys live before. When they walk out, how do you want them to feel? Or what do you want them to take away from seeing you?
Just something different. I just hope they haven't seen something like it before, and I hope they enjoy the show, and it was
fun.
Pleasantly unusual for them.
Yeah, and they liked us.
Yeah.
I hope they like us.
Oh, and have you perfected your robot dance?
Yeah, it's getting better. It's getting better. It still needs a bit of work. It's just very.
You can't really
this couch is very restricting.
Yeah. He might. I don't want.
And I don't want to hurt.
I don't want him to touch me. So.
Well, guys, thank you very much.
Thanks for having us again.
We're very, very much looking forward to seeing you again this evening.
We're really happy to be here.
Awesome.